As humans, we chase moments. You search for places that feel different, and sometimes we're lucky enough to find them. A city where medieval castles offer the best views around, where golden beaches meet a nightlife that doesn't quit, from ancient history towering above to tapas bars tucked in mushroom alleys. The hidden waterfalls just waiting to be found. This place has everything. Castles, cocktails, sunshine, surprises, and yes, even a crazy birdman. Welcome to Alicante. For those of you that do not know, we are currently traveling through Europe in our camper van, and we've parked up at a campsite here. It's about 15 minutes outside of the city, and it's got everything you need. It's got electricity, showers, toilets, place to empty the water, and all for only 17 euros a night. And it's only a 5-minute walk to this.
Just sent some photos and videos from home where it's snowing, so this feels extra good right now.
I don't think her parents were too impressed when I said that Josie was forcing me to go down to the beach. The sand here is nice white sand and it is super fine. There really is no better way to start the day than in the water. Surrounded by mountains in the distance, beautiful white sandy beach, palm trees everywhere. Ah, guys, come to Alicante for sure. And once you have enjoyed a beautiful morning at the beach, you'll probably be thinking about food. The next stop, the city centre. Take a stroll down Mushroom Alley, and if you want to discover our favourite tapas place, then you're going to want to come here. This is Vino Mas, one of the highest rated tapas spots in Alicante, with a massive 4.8 stars. You know you're somewhere a little bit fancy when you get your beer in a wine glass. We're talking crispy patatas bravas, a dangerously good Carolina Reaper Manchego, the hottest chili in the world. But
Is it hot?
then there's the mustardy chicken skewers that hit the sweet spot. But the real star, the montaditos, tiny sandwiches with huge flavour. The steak and pork ones, unreal. Are you even in Spain if there isn't a Swedish real estate agency? Josie always makes jokes that as soon as palm trees come out, my attitude changes. It's because I feel like I'm on holiday. I'm in paradise right now.
This beautiful boardwalk that we're walking along right now are made up of 6.5 million different little mosaic tiles made up in this beautiful wave pattern.
It's called Explanada de España. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a melting pot where everyone kind of from all around the city comes in, gets together, has some drinks, has some tapas at all the restaurants and bars, and there's lots of little vendors as well to get your little knickknacks. We're going to try and find our bottle opener now.
Yeah.
Turns out that we just made the local newspaper. Guy gave it to us for free. Thought he was going to try and charge us. He didn't. Maybe he'll come up and chase us and ask for 5 euros.
It feels a bit shady. I don't know.
But there we are.
Either way.
Famous in the local newspaper.
And here is our bottle opener for Alicante. These are some of the craziest trees I've ever seen. They're super cool, but if you touch them or climb them, you can get fined 210 euros.
After strolling up and down the boardwalk and spotting the rare and majestic 4-headed palm tree, seriously, this thing is crazy, we wandered down to the port. There are great bars and, like every great city, a bird whisperer who is way too comfortable with birds. If you come to Alicante, you're going to have to set a whole day aside to enjoy this beautiful promenade and walk around these streets and enjoy the beautiful architecture this city has to offer. The city has a lot to offer, so we're going to have to call it a night because we've got a big day ahead of us tomorrow. We woke up early the next day, not quite early enough to beat the heat though. Joined this very optimistic line, and after 30 minutes of slow progress, we finally got our tickets. Headed into a tunnel, jumped in an elevator, popped out the other side, and wandered through yet another tunnel. And then you'll end up here, standing inside a 9th century fortress that was probably never meant to have an elevator. Santa Bárbara Castle was originally built by the Moors. It survived pirate attacks, artillery fire, and centuries of history. And now, it's battling sweaty tourists with GoPros chasing the perfect Instagram shot. And honestly, we're no different. But don't stress. From up here, you get the best views of Alicante, and you can even enjoy a cold beer while you're at it.
Throughout time, this location has been very important strategically because from here you can see Alicante Bay in its entirety.
You're able to take the elevator up here the same way that we did, but if you're up for a hike, you can also hike here. Otherwise, you can take a taxi or a tuk-tuk or even a minibus.
Now, some of these walls have actually been carved out of the mountain itself.
Once we'd soaked up enough history and stared at enough 14th century artifacts to finally feel cultured,
Here are the remains of the old bakery.
we headed back into modern day Alicante for one final stroll, soaking in the architecture, the atmosphere, and that gorgeous promenade. Then came the ultimate decision, dinner. With so many options at our fingertips, we went for Indian, and it was absolutely average. But Alicante, still a 10 out of 10. Nothing could have quite prepared us though for what would happen first thing the next morning.
We left the campsite. It was a bit of a dramatic morning. I was vacuuming, Will was doing some stuff outside. He comes up to the door and he goes, "Stop, stop, stop."
I didn't know what was going on, but I knew something was going on because this lady was in the van and she jumped out and ran to the neighbor and grabbed him and then brought him back to the van. And then he ran off to the reception. So I knew something was happening, and I kind of looked inside the van and I could just see a man just sitting in the driver's seat facing the inside. Then all of a sudden she started screaming, "Help, help, 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 help."
It was such a heartbreaking scream.
And then she started doing chest compressions, and that's when it hit what was happening. He was unconscious. We both kind of ran over there, said, "Well, what can I do?" And she's like, "Just open up all the windows." And by that time I could see his lips start moving, so we knew that he was conscious again.
And then the ambulance rocked up and this was right in front of us. So it was a bit of a scary start to the morning, and hopefully he's all right. He was conscious when he left the campsite in the ambulance, so fingers crossed that he is all good. Now we are only about 4 minutes away from our destination.
Hopefully a place that's going to brighten our day a little bit because
Yeah.
it looks beautiful. That'll be nice. Now, if you have a van like ours, we recommend to park at the info center. They got a car park there. If you're not in high season, you shouldn't have a problem getting a spot. We were the only one there when we got there, so no issues there. But the hills here are extremely steep. There are other parking lots like this, but if you're here in off season, they're closed, so you can't even park there. We have made it. God, it's beautiful.
It's really, really nice. Just waterfalls and like a big river running through it.
And there's like lots of different little pools that you can just lay down and enjoy. It's very, very shallow water. If you compare it to the waterfalls of Bali, it doesn't quite compare.
No.
But nevertheless, if you've never been to Bali, this is absolutely beautiful. So let's keep exploring this place. Having walked through here for the last 10 minutes, I can honestly say that I think the first waterfall was the most impressive so far.
I don't know if you can hear me over the waterfall, but this water is really, really nice. It's a bit cold, but it's definitely worth getting in here.
Followed by the second waterfall, but there's tons of different little waterfalls in between, just little creeks and stuff.
Little teeny tiny one.
I chose to wear Birkenstocks today. Maybe not the smartest choice.
I was smart and I am wearing runners. Feels a bit weird because I'm in bathers and a towel.
With that being said, most of it is pretty good in Birkins. You'll be fine if you're wearing your little flippy floppies. Oh, this place also seems to be home to Dino Park. Dinosaurs is your thing? Come check it out. My calves hurt. They're so sore. Let's go to Benidorm.
We decided to park up at another campsite. 16.50 euros.
Electricity, showers free. We haven't had the smoothest start to our stay in Benidorm. Having spent the last 20 minutes waiting at a bus stop, we decided to head down to the next bus stop. And luckily there were some Brits there that were able to tell us that there's no buses coming down this road now and sent us in the right direction. Haha, found the bus stop. Josie is leading the way today, showing us where to go. It's a very well-known fact that she doesn't have the best sense of direction, but I think she's off to a good start. I believe in her. I mean, apart from the fact that she took us to an abandoned bus stop.
Hey.
No, I believe in her. I think she'll do well. I'm sure you've heard of the word siesta. It is a massive thing here in Spain. All shops pretty much close from 2 till 4 o'clock. On average, those are the hours. Then they open up and they're open till like 9 o'clock at night. Now it is 3:30 and everything is shut for their little siesta. They go home, they have some lunch, have a little nap. There you go. This place is open 10 till 2 and then 4:30 till 8:30. And that's pretty much the way it is all over Spain. It could be car dealerships. We stopped at Renault once and they were closed for 2.5 hours. If I lived here, I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like having to be at work at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, be there until 2, 2:30, finish for a couple of hours and then have to come back. What do you think? Would you like to have these 2 work days in one, or would you prefer to just kind of get it done with a 30-minute lunch break? Every city has one. Crazy bird guy.
Made it to the beach. Gotta say, it's a lot more high-rises and city-like.
Yeah, and I really thought Alicante was going to seem a lot bigger than Benidorm, but being here, this kind of feels bigger almost. Definitely the buildings are higher.
In some ways, it feels more like a city.
Yeah, 100%. Like, and the buildings are beautiful. They're quite modern too. You don't really see that in Europe. Usually it's all kind of old school. Not here, not in Benidorm. Full of surprises. So the plan is now to walk along the beach and try and find a special little pier. Once we find it, we'll tell you why. It's a big reason why we've come to Benidorm. We're checking out pier number 1 now. We have no idea where it is, but I've seen a photo of what it looks like. We'll know when we're there. But look at this beautiful little beach behind us. So nice. You can already tell as we're walking down it that it's not the right one. There's that island over there as well, which reminds me of that island. There's just a house on the island with a big hill behind it, and it's like, if you want to live remotely all by yourself, move here. Amazing view.
So we have just discovered this pier over here, and we think that might be the one. We'll fill in the steps. It's funny. I checked so that he was right first though.
I hurt my wrist.
You fell first, and then as you were trying to get up, you fell again.
I saw twice.
Shame I didn't get that on video.
I think we might have found it.
I think so. I'm feeling a little sentimental. If this is it. This is it.
Should we go down and then tell them what it is?
So the reason that this spot is a bit special to me is because 35 years ago, my parents got engaged in this exact spot in 1989.
And if it wasn't for that exact moment 35 years ago, Josina might not be here. So thanks, guys. As we make our way a little bit further up north day by day, and winter is coming, the sun is setting a little bit earlier every single day. 5:30 now, sun's already gone down. Beautiful sunset though, huh?
Really nice.
When we were making our way from Almeria through to Cartagena, we stopped at a few beaches you might remember, and they were all dead. There was no vibe whatsoever. Here it's pumping, tourists are out, it's just got a good vibe. Benidorm really comes to life at night. So we grabbed a spot along the boardwalk, sank a couple of beers and watched the world go by.
It's not a bottle opener, but we got our little souvenir. Isn't it cool?
We wandered through the lively streets before heading back to the van for dinner. I used to hate coriander, and then Josie made me fall in love with it when she started making crispy chicken tacos. Oh my god, ever since then, I want coriander on everything. Put it on my cereal. I won't put it on my cereal, that was a lie. There's my taco. So good, guys. Maybe Josie will make a recipe for you. Maybe she'll put it in a cookbook.
Maybe.
So, you're still here. We hope that means that you liked this video. If so, hit that like button, and if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. We might not see you again otherwise.